in the first matchup here in Call of Duty NACE. What are we thinking, Will?
Well, COD is back.
Yeah.
A lot has changed. Long-time viewers will remember Cribb, an old player for the Mountaineers. He is back, so a familiar face is back for Cribb. He will be joining the rest of the squad from last year with, I believe, Noah will be taking the bench spot for now. But this is a team that we don't really want to talk much about last season. It was a disaster. They didn't win a game. Do we have to talk about it much more than that?
No,
it's pretty simple.
That should really
they
be
went
the
0
extent.
however many games they played. I don't even know.
I think it was 8?
8, 9, 10, could have been 100. I don't.
Who really knows? Regardless, though, it was definitely a rough year last year. But going into this season, moving down from Super Conference into East 1, so competition has lowered. And you could argue, well, I think everyone could argue, that the roster has improved and the competition has weakened.
Roster's improved. Competition has gone down by a pretty significant degree. A lot of times the thing is with NACE is like Super Conference is like definitively the best 8 teams.
Yeah.
And then the teams power ranked like 9 for 15 are spread out across the different conferences. I think this is going to sound crazy. I think a realistic expectation for this team this semester is to go undefeated in
I would
East
agree.
1.
I think if you go through East 1, maybe you drop one game on some maybe there's a sub in or something like that, like something weird happens. But if everything goes to plan, I think I agree. An undefeated season will be probably the expectation here. And hopefully today,
it sounds
start
crazy.
Off with a win.
After going from winless to undefeated, it's like the Indiana football turnaround.
Patriot turnaround.
Yeah. Another news, this COD team is also competing in CCO, the Collegiate COD League. They have already played 2 games. They played Midway University in Kentucky in their very first game and won 5 maps, 3-2 victory. The hard point went 250 to 249.
Yeah.
I mean, it was about as close as you can possibly be. And then they played the varsity Cumberland team, who stomped them. But that's a Cumberland.
That is Cumberland.
And obviously, that was their second ever game together since Cribb has been coming back. So we are obviously there's going to be some improvement as the season progresses. But I mean, I'm not too worried about Cribb. We saw him 2 semesters ago, an absolute aim demon, really mechanically gifted. Hopefully, he can kind of bring some of those winning ways back to WVU again after what happened last semester. So. And I think early returns from CCL are definitely more positive than they were kind of like the expectations for what the season was going to be that we had 2 months ago.
I agree. I think with Cribb back in the roster, like you said, we have to kind of see how this is going to mold together. Obviously, they did play a little bit back in the day, but it's still like, there's a lot that goes into COD, and especially when you have a new roster and a new teammate, you might, get stomped by Cumberland, in CCL. But, if there's a rematch later on and the puzzle pieces are maybe fitting a little better, maybe you can, either A, get a map, or B, just beat them. So hopefully we can see something along those lines. But I'm really interested to see kind of how this squad meshes together and how they progress throughout the season here.
Well, they've already been screening for a little bit. I was actually talking to them. They are having much more fun playing Black Ops 7 as opposed to Black Ops 6, which I do think is good for just kind of like the mental of the team. I wouldn't be surprised at all if last year mental was an issue if they weren't having fun playing Black Ops 6 and they were getting rolled every week. So that probably wasn't great. So hopefully kind of some more positive vibes downstairs. Having more fun with the game, a more complete team that's going to be able to compete. Another kind of fun thing about NACE this year is that Marshall's in it. So.
Yeah, so
I'm sure that they will care a lot about playing us.
Yeah.
And then we'll just beat them and win and move on because we don't really care anymore about Marshall. But I'm sure they'll make a big deal out of it.
I agree with that. I think that's probably
stomp, by the
how it's
way.
going to go, if I'm going to be honest. No diss, though, of course. But regardless, next week as well, already kind of not necessarily moving on to next week, but just looking forward, one could say. Mountaineers playing who was it again? It was the
Southeast Community College.
Southeast Community College Bobcats.
Some of the names of the colleges in NACE are just so funny.
Yeah, I don't actually know.
You can't be less specific with
South
the name of your university than Southeast Community College. They're in Nebraska. We looked it up.
Yep.
But then Baldwin Wallace, Akron. Akron is in East 1, and Akron is a team that I believe if I remember correctly, 2 semesters ago with Cribb, when this team was absolutely rolling. Akron was the very first team to take a map off of the Mountaineers two seasons ago in COD. So we'll get that rematch. Obviously, we'll get Marshall, as we said, and then we'll end the season up against the Sorry.
I believe it was
Marshall.
the Patriots. The GMU COD Patriots is the last team, and then Marshall is the predecessor to that last game. But a lot of, I guess, stuff to look forward to here in the
Yeah.
semester. I like you said, I do think the expectation is to go undefeated. But we'll have to see. You know, it could happen. You know, they could start out with like a really bad
still feels
loss
weird
today.
predicting that week one after going on
I know.
winless last season, but
It's quite the switch up.
it is a huge switch. Roster and competition is a lot of things. I think obviously getting bumped down to out of super conference is something that hardly ever happens to Western esports teams. That's going to be a little bit of a knock to their pride, but obviously if they can kind of get back to the work 2 semesters ago, they'll be right back up in super conference, right back up competing. And you know, kind of get back to I think where they belong last semester was obviously a bit of a weird one. A lot of weird things happen across all of our teams.
Yeah, but I think this semester as a whole for WVU Esports just should be a better time. I think especially for COD, but also for Rocket League and also for Valorant and everything as a whole. I think really is moving on the upward. And like you mentioned earlier, BO7 talked to Ethan himself. He said his passion for the game is back.
Yeah.
Like it is back. It is here to stay.
Gotta have your passion.
Kind of reminds him of the prime BO3 by BO4, his prime career.
Wow.
He says.
Yeah.
So that's a good thing to hear from your star player. So we'll have to see how this works and if the passion really is here to stay.
Yeah.
It's gonna be displayed on their win-loss record at the end of the season.
Yeah, absolutely. Also the game modes have changed.
Yeah, they have. Yeah.
So Hardpoint, Search and Destroy is still there. They will always be there. But then Control is out for a new Black Ops 7 exclusive game mode called Overload. If you don't know, it's 2 teams, and obviously there will be like a item that spawns in the middle of the map. Your goal is to go kill the enemies, grab the item, and then kind of overload one of your enemy's 2 bases. So that should be interesting. I did like kind of like the life management aspect of Control. Only having 30 lives, I think, was pretty interesting, and it brought multiple ways to win one map. So interested to see how Overload will play. Interested to see how this kind of team will take that. I think Control is like the bread and butter for this team 2 semesters ago with Cribb.
It was, yeah.
They really took after his like extremely aggressive play style, of just kind of like not even really worrying about capturing the control objectives, just kind of running into their spawn and getting 3 or 4 kills before you end up falling yourself. And obviously in a mode where you have limited lives, it works pretty well. So I'm interested to see how Overload is going to work now, taking over for Control, obviously. But I believe they are 0-2. However, in this game mode in CCL.
Yes, so not too good so far in CCL, obviously, in this game mode. But like you said,
Wait,
Control,
no. Oh. Sorry, I lied. They're 1-1. They lost to. They did beat Midway.
Midway, yeah.
They did beat Midway in this. They, however, they did end up losing against Cumberland. Oh,
Give me a little bit of camera freeze here.
Camera
it's
freeze.
just,
I don't know how to fix that.
Such a cold front coming in. It's just. Let me see what I can do. Let's see get the tech savvy out.
Well, my colleague here is going to try and fix it. I have very low hopes.
Low hopes.
Yeah, do you think? Okay. Well, in other news, later tonight we are going to have our Valorant team play their first game in NACE. Let me just double check. It will be against Cumberland. So trying to get a little bit of revenge after Cumberland's defeat of the Mountaineers in CCL, as I talked about. The Valorant team has already played twice in Division 1. They're starting off strong, starting off 2-0, taking off. All right, we're going to go to break.
was a beautiful place. You the farmer in my mind, you were my fear. So far behind, so far behind.
Gotta bring you back home. Gotta bring you back.
I am dreaming once again when you come in. Was a beautiful place. You the farmer in my mind, you were my fear. So far behind, so far behind.
Gotta bring you back home. Bring the beat back home. Home. Bring it back. Bring it back. Bring the beat back. Bring it back.
So far behind, so far behind.
Gotta bring you back home. Gotta bring you back.
I am dreaming once again.
Bring the beat back. Gotta bring you back.
You the farmer in my mind, you were my fear.
Bring the beat back. Gotta
So
bring it back.
far behind,
Bring the beat back. Gotta bring
so
it back.
far behind.
Bring the beat back home.
The loving in my heart won't break into. I never wanna say that we are through. I'm holding on to what we still have left. And yeah, you know me. The love I give is the love I got. So don't walk away. Don't just leave it all just to watch it fade away.
All right, loading in here onto our first map, first game here in NACE. Here we go.
We are so back once more. Back with COD. New season, fresh start, new team. Can they win one game this year? Yes.
Yes, 100% yes. I think I can pretty confidently say that. It's going to be very interesting to know. Can Morris Brown Wolverines pull a shocker, though? You know, haven't really seen them at all so far, so we're going to have to see what they're made of. Cribb getting a nice nade already going on. Gets stunned, though, in the process. This right lane getting active already. Cribb takes one with them, but just can't get the second. And his first hard point already going the way of the Wolverines.
Yeah, it's going to be early. Hardpoint has been something that the Mountaineers struggled on mightily last year, just not overcommitting, not really getting those kind of early rotations. We see a lot of the best teams, they're kind of fine with giving away like kind of those last 5 seconds of a hard point just to cure the next ones that opens up. Now it's something that the Mountaineers heavily struggled for last season, and right now Morris Brown making a statement early, already at 20 points, looking to kind of do a clean sweep of this first hard point, not let the Mountaineers get anything on the board so far. The nade's going to come through. Cribb's going to find one, Tables finds another. Looks like maybe it will finally flip back over to the Mountaineers. It's going to be Strike taking out another one as well, but they're just not quite able to get on the point. It looks like they're going to try maybe rotate kind of early here to take care of this next one, and they will. Mountaineers taking control of this next hard point, early trying to chip into that deficit.
Yeah, this is going to be a huge P2 here for the Mountaineers. I mean, did not really get any time on that P1, but now going into this one, nice hit there by Strike. Just trying to hold this thing down. A little bit of contest now coming from Morris Brown. They will be able to get the retake. And once again, heavy presence coming in, but Cribb comes in with the movement. Able to clear off the hard point. Mountaineers are back on top. Trying to get this lead down as far as they possibly can.
Yep. Power and Ethxn take out one as well. The Mountaineers done a good job of cutting into this lead. Now 23 on the board as Morris Brown will take control of this P2 for the first time so far this round. Cribb getting an 8 kill there before getting taken out, and Morris Brown might be able to ride out the rest of this hard point. Unless the Mountaineers can try and find something to stuff him here. And it looks like they actually will. Going to take control for those last 10 seconds. Morris Brown looks like those rotations are coming over towards the third hard point that's going to open up here in just a second. And it will be Cribb taken out. And Morris Brown looks like they're going to have a pretty easy job of kind of taking control of this next one in just a second.
Yeah, Slange just kind of waiting, just kind of chilling out. Ethxn gets one, but the flank comes in somehow. Does not come through. Ethxn does go down to the process. Tables, nice shots coming through. 2 players remaining now here on this hard point. Another good one there by Tables. And now a bit of a 3v2 here on the objective. Make it a 3v3 now here from Morris Brown. Big shot coming from Ethxn. Gets pick up one. Can't get the wall bang. And goes down to the process. Morris Brown still holding this 20-point lead. Pretty strong. We're seeing a lot of these scraps going on here on this objective. Just can't really break on through this defense.
And it's really kind of been the Mountaineers' struggle so far as they're able to kind of take it back here so far, chipping in about a 20-point lead right from Morris Brown. But they've been able to do a much better job, Morris Brown have, as, you know, kind of getting that opening kill and converting it into a hard point capture. The Mountaineers oftentimes are able to find one or two in a fight, but it's just kind of converting those into fight wins has really kind of been where they've struggled, and that's how Morris Brown's able to climb out to this early lead. They are going to be able to take the control of this next hard point as it opens up. Cribb team would get the refrag there onto Slange, and the Mountaineers crossing that 50-point threshold, looking to maybe try and take their very first lead so far this game.
Yeah, one can only hope right now. Mountaineers trying to climb back. Looks like they are going to be able to cross that point threshold here. But once again, these stunts have been absolutely huge here from Morris Brown. They've been getting a lot of picks in the process. Once again, another contest comes through. Morris Brown does take the point once again. Good shots there by Ethxn. Movement coming on through. And the Wolverine presence grows stronger once again here on the hard point. Nice shots there by Ethxn with the assault rifle M15. Putting in some good work. Head taps can't come through, though the head glitch proves to be too strong. Cribb tries to take matters into his own hands, but just cannot get there on the objective. Now two rifle players
takes
are kind of
2
waiting.
down, however. Strike's going to find one as well. That's going to be all 4 players from Morris Brown taking on the Mountaineers. Are going to be able to kind of take control of these last few ticks here. Get up to almost a 69-point threshold here. 16 points down from Morris Brown here. Putting up a really good fight here right now. The Mountaineers trying to take back the lead for the second time so far this game. 10 points now down. This point now. It looks really tough for those defenders to really break through, especially with the util coming out from the Mountaineers. Strikes able to take that one. Lane's just going to have to try and jump in, but he's just going to be taken out too early. And the Mountaineers, this is been their best hard point so far. All 30 seconds of it so far have gone in the way of WVU. The nade, the trophy systems though are going to be down in strike. A killing spree for him. Slange able to take out one, but the Mountaineers, they might do a complete sweep of this hard point. It could be a 60-point hard point here for the Mountaineers unless Slange can find something. He does not. He is able to get the trade though, and now Morris Brown will finally take back over. But now Western has completely flipped the lead from down 20 to up 20 as Morris Brown is going to try and take these last few ticks, but the Mountaineers still fighting back. Strike's going to be fighting on that point. Can he find his? Yes, he can. And the Mountaineers now going to get all the way up to 110. Another 20-point lead here for the Mountaineers, trying to convert this out in the rest of game one.
Yeah, what a beautiful point there from the Mountaineers. I mean, that was exactly what they needed, trying to get this lead back. And the rotations also come in, so they're now also on the next hard point as well. I mean, this lead is slowly growing now up to 30. Table trying to hold this thing down. Nice shots bring out Dravik. Putting in some work right now. Pistol cannot get the last kill. So Morris Brown will get a couple of ticks here on this hard point. Trophy system coming out from Othine. Mountaineers have got to try to take a little bit of a retake here, trying to regroup. You can see that bottom
the
lane.
The nades are just flying around him. He has nowhere to go. Peanut is going to fall. The Mountaineers looking to find their first real contest here. Table's finding one. His teammate's going to take out the other. That's going to be Strike on the other end. And the Mountaineers take control back before Morcon can really kind of cut into that lead any. The headshot on the Cribb, though, could be enough to maybe swing this back, but Tables answers on his own.
Ooh, bit of a COD timing there from Strike. Solid flank does come through and get one, but now a bit of a 1v1 here from Peanut and Tables. Make it a 1v2 here from the Mountaineers. Now 2v2 as well. Tables, nice shots on the top. 5 HP for him. Peanut able to finish him off. And now this next hard point will be going the way of Morris Brown. Some rotations do come in for them. They held this pretty well last time.
Yes, they did. And Othine did a good job of kind of recognizing that early and just getting a free 10 points here from Morris Brown. Western is trying to flood back in, but the Wolverines are doing a good job of holding that, and it's a really good kill onto Strike. The Mountaineers, now we're kind of seeing more shades of how this game started off, with Morris Brown really doing a good job of being able to control map space. That's an excellent little maneuver there from Slane's, able to find one, but he doesn't get taken out, and Mountaineers going to get their first kill streak. This hard point is going to take back control, crossing that 150-point threshold now. 100 points to go for the Mountaineers to take game one. Morris Brown, now that lead is slowly building. 40 points down here now for Morris Brown.
Yeah, Nate gets a little bit of damage there onto Strike, who's just holding that head glitch down onto the point. Wallbangs almost come in from Slane's there. And the Mountaineers are taking a commanding lead as of now. Tables with the movement, not going to be enough. And this next hard point is a do or die here from Morris Brown. They cannot let the Mountaineers cross that 200-point threshold here. And it looks looking like Peanut's trying to make that a possibility, but just can't seem to really do much. Absolutely overwhelming presence here on the point. Othine runs out of ammo just in the nick of time. And the 50-point lead from Mountaineers is slowly growing. Table's getting a little bit aggressive here. Cribb on a multi-kill already. And this is a huge point here for the Mountaineers. Just continuing this lead over and over again. Othine gets one, but gets traded out immediately.
And this is kind of how they've been able to turn this around. It's a lot of kind of like these out positioning, winning these kind of 1v1 gunfights that they weren't winning early on in this game. Cribb, just like that, the little jump and then the takeout is going to get traded. But obviously, when you can get your one before you die, a lot of times that is all you need to do. And the Mountaineers are going to roll through this entire hard point, crossing over 200 points. Morris Brown haven't gotten a point in almost a minute now, as the Mountaineers now 46 points away. They could end it right here on this hard point. It looks like they're going to try to do just that. Strike, and Table's taking it one. Cribb will follow. Morris Brown is crumbling right now under this pressure. I mean, and look at the kills for the Mountaineers, 21, 21, 23, 25. It is so balanced. Everyone is kind of pulling the run right now. As Cribb's going to try and find one. He will find two, in fact, does Cribb.
Big play there from Cribb. He's been playing this ledge insane all game long, and that's exactly what you need. This point is so hard to take because there's two angles you have to clear. They're trying to flood in here. They get one, cannot get the other. Numbers will just simply overwhelm the Mountaineers, and Morris Brown is back here on the point. But Ethan with the flank takes out one, cannot get the second. Peanut able to try to hold this thing. Slane's here for the reinforcement. Stuns do ring out. No trophy systems down here for Morris Brown just yet.
That point is just a hot box for nades and flashbangs. I think that's why we see a lot of them kind of hold outside the point, and then you obviously are just going to have the one in the point, just because those nades and flashes are so devastating. Tables getting a couple hit markers on two players. Can he find the kill? He will on one. It's going to be Othine now. Peanut finding two as well. Morris Brown starting to fight back here, trying to chip back into that lead. I think it rose over 100 points at one point for the Mountaineers. 14 points left to go before that 250-point win in total. And the kills are coming back. Oh, what a shot there from Strike on a Peanut, finding that last bullet to the brain. Cribb's going to find one as well. It's just going to be 5 seconds now. Can Morris Brown even find the touch? They're going to have to flood on the point, and it will not be enough. The Mountaineers are going to take game 1.
Yeah, beautiful kind of ability there to kind of get their act together. That first, I would say 2 or 3 points just weren't really going the way of the Mountaineers. I mean, like you said, the 1v1 gunfights just were not being won, and you're seeing something right here. Authian was absolutely frying with the Dravik early on. And I mean, the 3v3s, the 1v1s, just the gunfights just weren't being won for the Mountaineers, but they were trying to turn that around. The flanks really started coming in. We saw a lot of that from Strike. And I mean, that was just an incredible turnaround. And I mean, it's showing a 100-point win for the Mountaineers in a commanding hardpoint victory.
Even on the court, even on the scoreboard too. No hero plays necessary. Cribb looking very strong in his first map back on NACE, as we expected him to do. And now we're going to head into Search and Destroy. Search and Destroy was, I think, one of their better maps that we saw in TCL in the pivotal map 5 against Midway. They won 6-1 on Search and Destroy. Really looked really good. Early returns at least, and now Morris Brown College. We're going to see kind of, obviously, we talked about how at the beginning of this map, the 1v1 gunfight's not going the way of the Mountaineers. And Search and Destroy, that's even more pivotal, obviously, with no respawns. Winning those 1v1s can a lot of times early on in the game, losing a 1v1 could just mean you lose the round right there. So it's going to have to be, you know, those kind of slow starts that we saw from the Mountaineers are going to be a lot more punishable now if you are the Wolverines. So they're going to have to come out and just kind of instantly roll back to how they played at the end of this map and hopefully come out and get a pretty early lead.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to have to be the game plan here. I mean, if you're Morris Brown, those 1v1 gunfights have just they've got to go your way. Most of the time we saw Morris Brown, at least in the latter half of that match, win a team fight was when they just kind of flooded site, you know, had the numbers, had the stuns coming in. The Mountaineers were able to set up with trophies, and that was usually about it. So they're going to have to try to maybe, you know, incorporate some flanks going on, like, you know, going top lane and bottom lane, because that's what the Mountaineers were doing, and it was working very, very well. We saw it especially in this last couple points where, you know, Morris Brown would, you know, get the point for maybe 5 seconds, but the flank would come in, and the Mountaineers would take it right back. So going in here, obviously on Search and Destroy, and those gunfights are very influential.
Yeah. And that tells me from Morris Brown's perspective that they are not as confident to win those 1v1 gunfights. That's why they are kind of playing as just a death ball trying to flood onto the site. The Mountaineers are much more comfortable kind of, you know, taking kind of like these split lane off angles, you know, taking those 1v1s as often as you can because you are just more confident in yourselves that you're going to win those gun duels. And we saw Morris Brown really get away from that towards the end of that first hardpoint game because at some point it just kind of flipped and the Mountaineers all of a sudden they were not losing 1v1s anymore.
No, not at all. I mean, and like you said, there was a point where I don't think Morris Brown even got a singular point in like an entire minute on the hard point. It was complete West Virginia domination. It was because they couldn't even get on to win a gunfight to touch it in the first place. So hopping on here, onto Raid, first to Destroy, a goated map.
15-year-old map.
Yeah. Legendary. So here, if you are Morris Brown.
Is this remaster number 12 or 13 for Raid?
20, basically.
20.
So many.
That checks out. Candy cane knife, I kind of like that.
It is kind of tough, I can't lie. But jumping in here, I mean, this is going to be huge. West Virginia starting out on defense. Morris Brown attacking her first. Peanut likes to pick up the bomb. Lineup names are already coming on through. And we are going to see a bit of a 1v1 battle here with Authian and Tables possibly here on mid.
It really spread out from both teams. Early on, Power's going to try and get a little bit active here early. He's going to be able to catch Cribb lacking. The timing there not goes in favor of Cribb and as Tables as well, and that's going to be a really early sweep here. A lot of kind of unfortunate timings going there for the Mountaineers, and Morris Brown's able to capitalize.
Yeah,
and they win that really quickly.
That was a very, very quick win there for Morris
This guy
Brown.
got the whole candy cane skin set.
Yeah, this guy's festive, man. Regardless, though.
I mean, it's
Good
February
shots.
now, but
That's true, yeah. Maybe a little past the festivity, but it's still winter.
If you still have
so.
your Christmas tree up, I imagine it's like dried and
Yeah, it's all dried and crinkly,
it's dead.
and the leaves are falling
You can give it
off
up.
and
You can
everything.
give it up. You got to take that outside now.
Yeah, it's got to go for sure.
It's almost Valentine's Day, man. You can have the Christmas tree up. West Virginia now back on attack, hoping to at least get their first kill in this Search and Destroy game mode for now. And West Virginia's an opposite approach of Morris Brown. They are much more stacked, heaving over, trying to hit A fast and early. And looks like they are going to find two early on. Cribb and Ethxn both taking out theirs respectively. Ethxn, can he get out? Yes, he can. And it's going to be now a Queen 2 in the favor of Mountaineers. So
Kind of the opposite of what happened there
We
in
have
round
not
one.
seen a defender get a kill so far.
No, not at all. But I do like the spacing of the Mountaineers. We saw, I believe it was Ethxn take that mid space like immediately, and it paid off for him as well. I mean, look at this. Look at the aggression coming in. Peanut's basically in his spawn. Does not matter though. No peanut allergies here. Just getting aggression or getting aggressive and just kind of taking it by the reins.
The confidence is oozing through the screen from the way that the Mountaineers are playing that.
Oh.
Just, it's fine. We'll just pick a site and we'll just run it down. And
Yeah.
And and we're gonna find those first kills. And it's not too dissimilar from what Morris Brown did, although they were kind of just running down across the entire map. Looks like they're gonna try and do that again. Very spread out here. B, mid, and A, all now being locked down from both teams. We're gonna see. Looks like a couple early comes. Cribb's gonna try and get active early once more, and now this time they're playing a little bit more passive as Morris Brown, and we saw how well it worked for them in their first attack to really kind of get active early. It looks like, is that going to be another timing on the Cribb? Yes, it will. Cribb is just having no look at all so far in this match, and Morris Brown looking to kind of steamroll ahead and win another round on attack.
Yeah, but still 2 Mountaineers left. Oh, make it 1. It's all up to Strike now. Can he get the 1v4? Kind of a 1v1 here between him and Peanut. Peanut is playing smart, though. He's kind of playing for his team to kind of come in for the reinforcement. Strike not trying to make a move just yet. And Slane's looking to get the timing, and he will. The rifle takes him down.
Still no kills by defenders.
No,
With 3 rounds
this has
in.
been a extremely attacker-sided map so far.
It's been sweeps all across the board. There's been I think there's been 4 or 5 just kind of moments where like, oh man, the timing. Really not in favor. Cribb on both defenses that got in timing. We saw the timing there. We saw timing on tables in round 1. They are coming out to play right now for sure as the Mountaineers heading back on attack, looking to see if they kind of go for that same bum rush style over towards A, maybe towards B. Mid is also very open. I think we saw Ethxn go kind of mid on his lonesome last round. Was able to get a pretty early pick. It looks like it's going to be quite a few players heading towards mid here now for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, I do quite like this mid approach as well. I mean, kind of worked out there in round 2. Offbeam does pick off 1, though.
Gets 2
another
through the
one, exactly.
wall.
Oh my gosh, insane tables, though. Looks like trying to clean him up here on this rock. A little bit bob and weave, a little bit of looping coming through. Tables finally does get the last shot there. Big 1v1s coming in here. It's like a fighting pit as of now.
And now it's all going to come down to Cribb. He's got to be careful of the wall bangs, and he just, once again, coming around the corner at just the right time to take out Cribb. And the Mountaineers now starting off slow once again. It is much harder to kind of, have those dramatic comebacks like we saw in Hardpoint on a map like Search and Story, because now the room for error is just dwindling now. Already halfway towards that winning round is Morris Brown right now. Already got 3 on the board here as the Mountaineers now have to go back on defense where they haven't gotten a kill.
Yeah, and that is concerning. But if they can maybe, get their act together here on defense, that'd be humongous. So far, Morris Brown taking it by the reins power, already 5-1. And we're kind of seeing that aggression. I do wonder if Morris Brown's going to try to get aggressive here or just kind of sit back like they did 2 rounds ago. Looking like it's going to be the first one there. Absolute aggression here onto A. Tables. Nades are flying out. Might get a pick, though. No, if he had a rifle, that could have gone a little bit better. Ethxn does get the trade, though. And back to a 3v3. Make it a 3v2 for the Mountaineers now. Good pick there by the rifle. And Power's just playing this mid very, very slowly here with the M15. Ethxn playing Window Wars.
Just Ethxn have the information. He's able to find one, and he does spot both now. The Mountaineers have located both those Morris Brown players, and it will be Cribb taking the quick sling. And now that's going to be bomb dropped as well. Power's going to go for a little bit of a flank here. Going to see if this pays off for him.
Oof.
Wrapping all the way around, maybe again, but now it's going to be Cribb with the timing in his favor. A couple shots in the back will secure that round for the Mountaineers, cutting that deficit right back down to 1.
That was a massive defense there for the Mountaineers. That was much needed to win. Good timing there by Cribb, finally on the proper side of that equation. And I really, honestly, Morris Brown getting super duper aggressive. The Mountaineers kind of just like, playing with their rifles, playing back a little bit. And we saw that work very, very well. I'm kind of interested if Morris Brown's maybe going to try to implement a similar strategy now going into their defense. Because the Mountaineers took that mid control last time, didn't really work out in their favor. Fighting pits, I guess you could say they're kind of victims of those. So we're going to have to see how this is going to unfold. We are going to see a pretty, looks like heavy A push here from the Mountaineers. Only 2 defenders, though, on this side. And they're playing passively as well. Power is kind of prone. Just trying to get up with his van. The timing might come his way. Those shots are not on.
Yeah, but he spotted.
Will not go down just yet. There it is. But now the reinforcements coming through. Cribb trying to get the smoke down. Can't get it off in time. Peta picks up 2. An incredible flank coming through. And Ethxn is on the last Mountaineer left. 1v3 for him. And it won't go his way. Beautiful play there by Peanut. on that A site.
Absolutely beautiful. They kind of called the Mountaineers bluffs pretty immediately. Got the early peanut with the flank, picking up 2 of the freest kills he's going to have all day. And now Morris Brown extending that lead once again, 4-2. Just 2 left.
Yeah, I mean, this
2
is
left, so the Mountaineers going to have to kind of claw their way back at an even series, heading towards Overload, which they are obviously 1-1 so far this year. I haven't seen a ton of that from them, but you got to think this is going to be where they're more comfortable on the classic game modes like this that they've played time and time again. Overload, you got to imagine a lot of variance there.
I would agree. You know, one would think this Search and Destroy would be pretty strong for the Mountaineers here, but so far not so good. But it's not over yet. Big mid push possibly coming in here from Morris Brown. Power already just walking up super aggressively onto A. Might pay off. Strike gonna get the wall bangs off. No, the glass will break, but the kill will not be found. It'll pick up there by Slains. Now making this a 2v. Oh, big shot there by Peanut. I mean, this has just been Morris Brown all over as of now.
Who is user
I do not know why the Mountaineers have a man
605760?
advantage in the 5v4 here.
The Mountaineers are cheating right now.
Currently 2v3, the Tables and Cribb playing together. I do quite like that. Might try to get this flank off. Offbeam might have spotted them. The flank's going to try to come through. Cribb gets caught out lacking. Tables able to avenge his teammate, and now a 1v2 here for Tables. Not a lot of HP to work with. M15 has the sights. Information comes through, but it won't be enough.
That's a really good crossfire setup there from Morris Brown. Have the guy in the back window playing information, and then the person close second is able to swing off that information and pick up that last kill, putting Morris Brown just 1 round away from taking home the Search and Destroy map, even up the series 1-all, and the Mountaineers now have to win 4 in a row.
Yeah, just not looking good here at all. And once again, like I said, the Mountaineers going to find themselves in a little bit of a pit, even with the man advantage. Oh, he's gone. Never mind. Make it a 4v4 again. I do not know who that was.
Who knows? And he's gone.
And he's gone, like a shadow, just gone with the wind.
The Mountaineers no longer have the man advantage. It looks like they're going to need it
needed
right
that.
now, as Morris Brown has looked much better on Search and Destroy than they have on Hardpoint. The Mountaineers have really kind of been struggling, and it's not even really been like, oh, they're losing 1v1. So it's like situations like that where you only really can't get a chance to shoot back, and then all of a sudden you're just down players. The Mountaineers have struggled a lot. What is this? Is that a sniper?
That's a recon, man. Yeah.
We're pulling the snipers out in Search and Destroy.
We are.
Morris Brown's getting a little bit fancy here.
I quite like
you
it.
do not see that very often from
It's
Peanut.
been a big
I like
thing
the
in
confidence.
BO7. I will say you've seen a lot more snipers coming through, not just your rifle SMG, which I quite like. Mix it up a little bit, right?
I mean, yeah. Why not pull out the recon? Cribb's gonna throw that smoke bomb just to kind of give himself an avenue to get out of there. The Mountaineers now, it looks like even they're confused about the side. I don't think we saw a sniper one time all of last year.
No, not at all. Starting off hot here, though. 30 seconds remaining here. Looks like the Mountaineers are going to be able to get some A control.
But it's an excellent rotation, but now you have to be kind of wary of these flanks, as Morris Brown has been known to do so far on this map. They are going to be able to kind of even up right now in a 2v2, a 2v1 now for the Mountaineers. Cribb's going to be all alone. He's not going to be able to find it. Morris Brown secures that 6-2 victory on Search and Destroy. Morris Brown looking dominant in the series. He's going to be tied 1-1 heading into the Overload, which we have not seen yet.
Yeah.
Interesting to see now how this new Black Ops 7 game mode, how the Mountaineers will look in NACE.
Yeah,
Not very impressive stat lines.
No.
Cribb did go 7-6, so shout out to Cribb. And he did get screwed by quite a few timings there early on in that game. So did a good job of bouncing back, but the rest of the Mountaineers kind of no-shows.
Yeah, I mean, that was a lot of, Morris Brown is able to kind of shut down sight lines. And like you said, it wasn't really them losing the 1v1s. It was more just, there's an angle, you peek the angle, and you just die. And that was like a repetitive scene that we saw.
And especially when they have a sniper, you peek that angle and
I don't think we saw a sniper kill, sadly.
No,
I hope we see it again.
I don't think he shot it.
No, I don't think so at
Yeah,
all. Maybe he'll get it out on hardpoint.
Yeah, gotta pull out the sniper on hardpoint. That
I
sounds
agree.
really, really tactical. I'm
That's the
surprised
meta,
the pros don't do that.
They should.
Yeah.
I would do that. I'd be bottom fragging though, but it's okay. Regardless, going now.
You'll
like
get
you
your
said-
one though, and it'll look pretty cool.
Yeah, it would. Going in here though to this unknown objective,
Yeah,
this
unknown.
unknown game, we have not seen the Mountaineers play this at all. Control wasn't great for them. If I'm gonna be honest, Search and Destroy also wasn't great for them last semester. Nothing really was, but their strong suit,
They didn't
I
win
would
a
say-
single game, so I don't know if I'd consider anything was great for them last
No,
semester.
I think their hard point.
Their hard point was
Was
the
okay.
least bad.
Yeah. I think so. Maybe if obviously this is a best of 5 here. So if we will see hardpoint again, we will also
see hardpoint again no matter what, which
Yes.
I think is positive for the team, especially because of how good they looked the second half of
Yes.
that hardpoint game. I think once Morris Brown got to, I think it was like 100 to 80, and then the game ended like 250 to
Yeah,
120.
it was
Morris
pretty
Brown
bad.
struggled mightily once the Mountaineers kind of really started to get rolling on hardpoint. So it is good news that we are now guaranteed to see hardpoint
Yeah.
one more time. But obviously, map 5 is going to be back on search and destroy, and they didn't look great.
No.
So how much pressure is on you now to kind of win this overload and give yourself a chance to close it out in game 4, back on hardpoint, a game mode that you know you can win?
A lot is on this single mode here, and I'm really interested to see how this is going to pan out. Because, like you said, if you can go up 2-1 here, you can just kind of close it out on a hard point, and you can go home a little bit early. But
Yeah.
if it goes to game 5,
Everyone likes to go home early except for us because we get paid more.
that's what I'm saying on the hourly wage, man.
So map 5 overtime would be excellent, so I can, buy some more chicken breast.
Always need more chicken breasts. It's getting a little expensive nowadays, man. Oh my gosh, dude, there's new.
Yeah, that's why you got to go to
there's new
Sam's
map,
Club
bro.
where it's like $3 a pound.
Yeah,
I don't have a card, but I steal it from my friend.
chicken thief.
No, I steal a Sam's card.
Oh, I thought you steal chicken. I was like,
No,
how
I
are
don't-
you just like stealing raw chicken or
No,
what?
He doesn't care when I steal a Sam's card. He probably would care if I stole his chicken.
Yeah, I would assume so.
Yeah.
Regardless, though, coming in here. So if you haven't seen this mode yet, it is slightly similar to Search and Destroy, as in there is, a bomb. It's not really a bomb. It's more like a, I actually don't exactly know what it really is. It's like electrical. Regardless, though, big shots there from Othian. A lot of hit markers coming through, though. And the points just, big slide coming in there from tables.
Absolutely. And now we do see target A and B here now available to the Mountaineers, but it's going to be Morris Brown now going to be taking that character, and Cribb is going to be able to detonate on B. As you see that is going to be 1 point for the Mountaineers. I believe it's first to it's just a quick 5-minute game. You have to grab kind of you see that kind of bomb planted. It's going to spawn somewhere on the map. You have to grab it and take it into one of those enemy sites. If you do that, you get a point. It's pretty simple.
Big play there by Slains. Insane movement off that wall. Peanut, though, able to come through and get the refrag.
That's a big kill there from Cribb, though, because now the overload spike is going to drop.
Oh,
Cribb
Oh
finding
my
3. Oh my
goodness.
goodness.
He
Cribb is
back.
right back where he left off. There is no rust at all to be seen. Strike gets taken out, though.
Big gunfight there by Peanut. Able to kind of, pin the Mountaineers off from that diffuser. And big shots there from Tables. Trying to get this back in their hands. Possession still.
Oh, that's,
Nobody's getting big shots for Tables once again.
this
Just
is
kinda
such a
cleaning out
strong
more
sight line
ground.
there for Tables. Finds 2 kills. Rather easy. Looks like, Peanut now.
Ooh.
Another good sight line there, though, for Peanut's going to take out Tables before he can pick up the detonator. Cribb gonna have to find one.
Oh
Finds
my
2.
goodness.
Cribb is just always good for it.
Insane
Already
shots.
8-2 right now for Cribb. Slane's trying to fight back, however, but West Virginia looks kind of content with just kind of, sitting on this 1-0 lead and riding it out. Cribb, he's just absolutely everywhere. Cribb's going to get another point there for the Mountaineers, detonated over on B. Can he find another kill? Yes, he can. Peanut falls. Give him one more. Finds the headshot. Can he find the final bullet? No, he cannot. Cribb already has 10 kills. Oh my goodness, he's absolutely everywhere right now. Tables, a really good setup, is able to find one, but does get taken out. The trade there comes through from Althine, but now West Virginia already up 2-0. It looks like they've kind of found their strategy of sending Cribb out like an attack dog to kind of just push into the enemy spawn, taking out as many as he can while he's alive, and it really creates a lot of space for his teammates to really get in and get those objective points. Slane's able to take out one, but does get traded out. The Mountaineers holding steady. Tables, controlling this high ground, controlling this building. So crucial right now. Map space has been the name of the game so far for the Mountaineers.
Yeah, and Cribb has been taking it as he pleases so far in this round. Possession now going the way of Morris Brown. Right out of the hands, though. Immediately, power goes down. Cribb taking it left. Who else would it be? Cribb taking a little bit of damage there. Look at the stun off. Get some space going. Right back up. Slants, I don't know if he knows that he's not remained. He's the same exact position he was earlier, and he's going to take him out because of it. Cribb on an absolute tear right now. Being a little bit overwhelmed, though, by these Morris Brown forces.
Can he get out of this? There's no way he can get out of this. Oh, well, got some help there from a teammate. It looks like Strike's going to just take out 2 on his own. Strike taking out 3 now.
Oh my gosh.
And the Mountaineers are just going to roll on through. Looks like they might be able to get another point here, but Slanes takes out 1, but then the trade comes through, and that will be another detonation on to B. The Mountaineers
Dominating.
take a
so
3-0
far.
lead.
I mean,
And
absolutely
Cribb.
insane.
Cribb once again 16-4. Absolutely disgusting right there from Cribb. You see, he's just pushing all the way up to where the enemy spawn points are eventually. That's pretty much the only time he gets taken out is when he's just
Yeah,
so
he's
far
in
up
their
the map that
spawn.
he just has to fight the whole team over and over and over again.
Yeah, I mean,
Tables,
there's
though, is going to
space.
take out 2 as well. Can he find the third? No, he cannot. The slide comes through from Slanes. Gets that trade back on the table. Slanes now, it's his turn to show off his stuff. As Morrisbound is going to need some heroics now. Just over a minute now to get 3 detonations, though.
Yeah, it's not going to be an easy task for them at all. Strike will get taken out there.
Slane's all of a sudden has 17 kills. He's absolutely everywhere right now. A
Yes,
couple of
Adam.
multi-kills there are going to benefit the Morrisbound Wolverines. Peanut finding one, but then the trade goes to the Mountaineers. Now the Mountaineers, you got to think they're just kind of playing for time. 45 seconds. Morrisbound has to get 3 detonations.
Yeah, it's not going to probably go their way here. Strike is kind of playing ring around the rosy right there. Picks up 1. These are out of the hands now once again, and the Mountaineers are able to kind of hold this chokehold and just keep things going. Offense has really top position, top of this house. Reinforcements are coming in now from the Wolverines. But with time winding down, I believe it doesn't go to halftime now, I want to say. Regardless, stun comes up from tables. Will get taken out quite immediately. Flames with a nice flank there. Strike, top positioning. And once again, Mountaineers just kind of able to hold these positions, hold these angles. And oh my goodness, Cribb!
It's
the
just
flank
ridiculous.
cannot
you can say
do
it
it.
time and time again. It never changes. 22-10 on the match for Cribb. The Mountaineers. Halftime strikes, and it's going to be 3-0.
Yeah, big 3-0 lead here going into halftime. And I mean, this so far has been all Cribb and all Slanes. We're going to see Slanes here popping off as he does. I mean, this has been crazy for him. He's been all over the place. Look at
Slanes
this
is the only
right
reason
here.
this game
guy.
isn't 5-0, 6-0 already.
Yeah.
Because someone is just going to have to match the sheer output of Cribb's. Just so much damage just being constantly poured out in the other team. Slane just really done his best to combat that. He does have 20 kills on his own, but obviously 15 deaths. Cribb is 22-10.
Yeah, that's
A 2 KD in any game mode
It's crazy.
in collegiate Call of Duty is very rare. You're not going to see this very often.
no, not at all. Once again, positioning. Looks like Tables are going to take this height. Going down low so far right now. Strike does hit that first blood. Table has up 1 there as well. The Mountaineers are already
It's just-
exploding
and
out,
it's just
taking
already
insane map
a
control.
complete team wipe. Everyone's getting a piece of the action. Cribb in one of these really aggressive advantage like that he likes to be in. Oh, the slide in the secondary. Absolutely great. Ethxn now just taking it from high ground. It's going to be another detonation. The Mountaineers expand their lead. Ethxn in one of those aggressive Cribb spots, not going to work out just as well for him. But now here comes Cribb once again. Finds 1. Can he find 2? Takes some shots on the powers to back up. And now the flank here coming from Slanes. Gonna try and find some more map space, but it really just has been because of how much pressure Cribb is putting on Morrisbound. They don't really kind of have these opportunities to go forward
Yeah, no.
and take any map space. And now the Mountaineers can just kind of have all these angles, all the setups they could ever dream of. They have access to right now because of all these gunfights that they're winning early on.
I mean, yeah, just look at the map. Morrisbound are kind of stuck in one corner right now. The Mountaineers are just
Yep,
completely
absolutely.
swarming them, and Ethxn, shots are landing. So much pressure right now on these Wolverines. And 4-0 is still the score. I mean, this is
They
big.
had the detonator, but they're not even really that
Able to use
worried
it.
about going and getting towards any of those A or B targets just because it's already 4-0. You have all this map space. Why not just kind of hold off? Don't get too aggressive here. Don't give Morrisbound. Don't let them stick their foot in the door because right now it's almost slammed shut.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to need a door stopper, I'll tell you that. Ethxn getting some nice picks here down low. High ground, though, will prove to be fatal. Cribb, though, able to get that refrag.
He's
Once again.
28-13, by the way.
Yeah,
We'll
this
just
This is crazy. 28-13, 21-17, 22-17. Everybody on this roster right now is absolutely fragging out. Tables picks off ahead there with the SMG. And once again, this map space is absolutely incredible. And here we go. Tables just able to push up. Look at Cribb just coming into the flank here. Cribb takes up 1.
just walking through the other side of the opponent's spawn. Finally gets taken out by Althane, but then the trade comes through. You see, even when Morrisbound's able to kind of find 1 or 2 of these crucial kills, the trade's always come through for the Mountaineers, and they really can't advance off of it. And it's like, every time the Mountaineers respawn, they almost just have kind of, free space to kind of just walk and take whatever they want. Cribb just taking out 2, as you do. 32 kills for the man. Ethxn gonna take out 1 as well. And now just, a complete backflip. We see Morrisbound, they're already just crowded back in that bottom right corner of the map. But those are a couple really good kills for them as they are going to be able to try and break through here. But obviously, you need 4 points in the next 2 minutes. 4 whole detonations, and Tables still has the detonator. You still have to go kill Tables and then get 4 more.
Yeah, I mean, it's absolutely insane. Cribb has 33 points, or 33 kills right now. And once again, the pressure is surrounding here. Peanut forced to kind of back up a little bit, and he will lose the gunfight. High ground proving to be very, very useful here for these Wolverines. So far, what Tables shots don't land with a pistol, and he will get taken out. There's 2 picks back-to-back
Oh,
there
here
for
comes
Slain.
Cribb.
Seal gets taken out immediately after, though. Cribb is back. The Grim Reaper so far for these Wolverine squads. I mean, they gotta fear him at this point. This guy's been everywhere. It's like he's like a mosquito.
Absolutely, and as much as we've seen kind of Cribb continues dominance, Lanes only has 5 kills in the second half, and that has really kind of been why Morspine has had just kind of no chance to break through. Another detonation there on the B. Mountaineers a 5-0 lead, just under 90 seconds here. This one is going to be all but over. The Mountaineers are going to coast, and now it is just going to come down to hardpoint, as we talked about before. It's a game mode that you already know that you can win against this team, have the opportunity to close out in 4, and don't have to go back and play another one of those search and destroy game modes, which I mean, we just saw Morspine look dominant on.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, this has been, like you said, yeah. Morse Brown did look
has to
really
get
good on
to
the hard
40,
point,
right?
or
He
on
has to
Search and
get to
Destroy,
40.
but with how the Mountaineers are playing on the end of that hard point, I do not see them losing that. I see this becoming a 3-1 series, and them being able to take it home here early. But if it does go to that game 5, that is a humongous issue, because if you're going to lose hard point, then you have to really turn the things around on Search and Destroy. Morse Brown, 40 seconds left here for them. I do not think they have 6 diffuses left in them. Power is kind of jiggle peeking this
Ethan.
angle, and he's going to go
Yeah.
down. Nice slide there from Ethan to take him out.
And Cribb will finally get his, I say finally get his 40th kill
Wow.
of the game with 20 seconds left now. It is just a formality at this point. Cribb up in his perch does get taken out. Slans is able to get the better of him there, but it will not much matter. The Mountaineers are going to coast. Now up 2-1 in this series, back to hard point. And I mean, it looks like maybe Respawn is really advantage Mountaineers, because kind of
Yeah.
when they can get really aggressive, as we know they like to do. I mean, Cribb is just in the enemy spawn at
Yeah.
an illegal amount, and you know,
Absolutely insane.
it's harder to kind of have that same aggressive style in a game with no respawn. So I got to
Yeah.
think, you know, in hardpoint and overload, maybe kind of these more fast-paced, you know, team plays are going to be much more favorable for the Mountaineers in this matchup.
Yes.
Which makes you feel better, obviously, about going back to hardpoint.
I agree. I think it's hard point. Like I said earlier, Wolverines are going to really have to try to get a little bit more, I guess, flexibility in their lanes, because so far they've really, like you said, it's kind of been overwhelming one lane, and then they get flanked by Cribb. Cribb gets 2.
Also,
He gets
just
traded
look
out.
at 32 non-traded kills, which means
That's
32 times
insane.
he got a kill and then got out, which is really rare in COD.
He was literally just in their back line. He was able to just kind of finagle his way behind,
Yeah.
get a pick, run to the other side of the map, get another pick, and he was basically just doing
And
cardio.
a lot of times when he ended up getting traded, it's because he got one, and then another guy peeked, and then he got him, and then
Yeah.
another guy peeked, and he got him, and then the fourth guy peeked, and he finally died.
Yeah,
And
'cause
then
he
I
had no
guess
HP.
you know, that does
Yeah.
count as getting traded. But having more kills untraded than anyone else had kills in the map.
That's
I mean,
insane.
This
there.
is why we, you know, talking pregame about how this team can go from literally winless to undefeated
Yeah.
in the span of one season, because of obviously moving down a conference, and also just, you know, getting an influx of talent like that is just going to do wonders for your roster. It's going to do wonders for your mental and your confidence. And the Mountaineers are playing with a ton of it right now.
Yeah, insane amount of confidence to play that. And now going into hardpoint, that confidence is going to be paying off if they're able to start out hot, which they were not necessarily able to do that first rounds. But I think with the momentum coming off of that
Yeah.
insane game 3 there, I'm going to go ahead and say that there's going to be a bit of a roll here on hardpoint. But I'm interested to see the map pick for
What's
game
interesting
4.
is that momentum has not carried over once. Because
Yeah, true.
momentum was at favor Mountaineers after hardpoint. They came in, they looked bad
Yeah,
on Search and
yeah.
Destroy, and then, you know, all of a sudden, Morspine College, they looked outstanding. Then they come in and just get clocked in overload.
Yeah,
So momentum
hard.
has not been really kind of anything so far in this series.
No.
Looking for the Mountaineers to kind of, you know, change that. Maybe it is just kind of like the swapping from a respawn game mode to a Search and Destroy, which is just so different than everything else in COD. So maybe that is it. And obviously now you're going from respawn to respawn, so maybe it will kind of translate a little bit better for the Mountaineers, because they can kind of just pick up right where they left off. I'm sure Cribb is just itching to really sprint in the enemy spawn once again.
Yeah.
So, but at the same time, well, a lot of times, and this is what they really get 2 semesters ago, they would just leave one person on the whole point, and everyone else is pushing up and taking
Yeah.
space. Because then, even if you can make the spawn die, and you'll be back to the hard point at the same time they are.
Yeah.
So I think this playstyle is going to benefit them greatly here on hardpoint. And I think I'm with you. I think this ends now.
I agree. I don't see this going to a game 5 here. If this was search and destroy, and then we're going to go to hard point, okay, maybe. But since we're coming in here on hard point and how dominating that, I mean, it was a 100-point win there in round 1. Once the Mountaineers kind of got down, figured stuff out, it was a slaughter. And coming in here, we are going to be on exposure for hardpoint. So a very, I guess, more open map, especially on these left and right lanes. So Rifles might be reigning supreme here.
I do like how we're not on Hacienda every single game mode. It's the same map in control and search and destroy and hardpoint. We'll sometimes I think we saw Hacienda like 3 times a match sometimes. So
Yeah.
I do like the diversity in the map pool. Certainly makes it more visually entertaining. So can the Mountaineers pick up right where they left off and get the snowball rolling once more?
Only time will tell. Strike now taking this left lane immediately. Tables taking some very solid and early positioning here in the middle. Tables wins 1v1 gunfight. Yes, he can. A little bit HP left for him. This first hard point might be going the way of the Mountaineers. They kind of just take a lot of picks here on the middle. He's trying to make that not happen. No, almost gets one on there. Ethxn, but gets picked off from behind. Ethxn trying to fight his way back in. Mountaineers taking this first point pretty commandingly. Ethxn does take out 2, though. Still playing very, very passively. And we're seeing this flood coming in from the Wolverines. It's looking like they are going to take the point, though, with the ARs. Are going to reign supreme on this map. And Ethxn showing that exactly why. Takes out 2, but gets traded out once again. And this little barrel spot has been a favorite for these two teams.
It's been the go-to. Hide behind that barrel. You can't get shot through it. Ethxn, though, that is going to be an issue when you get ran up on. There's really not much you can do when you're lying there prone. But the Wolverines able to even up after that first hardpoint, 12 all, but the Mountaineers have the early rotation. They're going to take control immediately here for this P2. Cribb now, are we going to see another generation performance from him? Peanut able to get a good timing there onto the Mountaineers, now trying to take this back, but it's really been tables that have, for P1 and P2, locking down the hard points. That's a disgusting shot. Peanut gets taken out. Cribb trying to find something. He will find one more. So one going from him and Power, but Power's just going to back up, wait for his teammates. Just going to take it out up there on that roof, and the Mountaineers now starting to stack up that lead more and more, approaching that 50-point threshold.
Yeah, solid P1, solid P2 from Mountaineers here. Barrel doesn't prove to be too good that time. Ethxn gets the wall bang, slides through, gets another. The Mountaineers continuing to hold this P2. Very, very strong
for the Mountaineers, and now it looks like Morse Spanish is going to completely rotate to the other side of the map to try and take advantage when this opens up. But look at the minimap. The Mountaineers are already so well set up for this next hardpoint when it opens up, but Power and Slane's going to just take a couple of frags, and it's going to be Peanut as well. And Morris Brown, they're actually going to be ones to take control here early as this new hardpoint opens on Tower.
Yeah, I mean, going from a really good setup to something
Cribb.
that wasn't going to work for well. Cribb, nice movement there. Takes one out the AR. Mountaineers trying to fight back to get on this P3. Once again, Ethxn able to come through with the SMG and take out 1. Big window play there. All 3 were on his sight line, but it's a little too much on his plate. It's taken out. Mountaineers, though, still up triple right now of the Wolverines points and strike. I mean, this is a
This is
tough spot
another
to
hot
take.
box for just the nades and the flashes. We're going to see probably 100 grenades and flashbangs thrown into that little room in this map. And so far, it has been Mountaineers once again able to really control it so far. Cribb just get taken out those lanes. The bizarro Cribb, you could say, from Morris Brown, doing a good job. Already 10 and 6 on the map. Slane's really has been the star showcase for this Morris Brown team, and they are going to be able to kind of tack on a few more points as the hardpoint is going to flip over once more. Ethxn getting the kill on the Peanut. Can he slide and get one more? No, he cannot. Power finds the trade. And the Mountaineers, this has been where they've been really good. As soon as that new hardpoint opens up, they're already there. They already have positioning, and they're able to roll that into some really easy early points.
Yeah, I mean, this is exactly what you want to see. These rotations are so huge. Ethxn taking out 1 down the left lane, and once again, the Mountaineers get a nice contest going through here. They are able to take it down. Power, though, trying to make that as difficult as he possibly can. 2 Mountaineers, though, still lingering here on this hard point. Strike being one of them. Nades are going to come through to the very, once again, what you call a hot box here for nades and stuns. Strike, though, trying to hold the choke point. Takes out 1, but gets a little bit overwhelmed. Ethxn with the insane movement off the wall.
That's a great kill there from Ethxn, stopping the bleeding for now, but he's just...
Oh my
Is
God.
he able to hold on? He's able to find 3, but Cribb is finally there and takes him out, and the rest of Morris Brown's nowhere to be seen as the Mountaineers going to take back control. 65-point lead here, going to head into this next hard point. It is going to flip over. Morrispound does look like they have the positional advantage for the time being. Those two frags are definitely going to help them. As it switches over, Morrispound's going to try and cut into this lead a little bit here, but obviously the Mountaineers already at 107 points.
Ethxn is frying right now on this right lane. Oh my goodness. Absolutely
and
insane.
Cribb just gets 2 with the kill streak. You
Lord.
don't see a ton of kill streaks either. And it's just because of how fast pace is. You're probably going to die quite a bit, but when you're 14-7, odds are you might just have an Hellfire miss, so why not?
Yeah, might as well just, get one out there, get there 2 kills. I mean, insane play already from Cribb. Nice movement there coming in from Peanut. He's had a bit of a slow start here in this game. Only 5 kills for him so far, but on a 3 streak, trying to change that ratio. Almost with another one there.
That's
It's
a good
making
job
4.
there.
Insane streak coming in from Peanut. And we're going to get a little bit more points here for the Wolverines. Slane's getting a little taxi on over.
Yeah, but that's a tough spot to be in once you've already been spotted. Because everyone knows they earn it. And that's in a map with a lot of easy nade spots, that might be the easiest one. Just,
Yeah.
just that little floating container. The Mountaineers going to ride out till the end of this hard point, and Morrispound once again going to take
Morrispound,
early control here, crossing over 70 points, trying to cut back into the lead. It really has kind of been steadily growing here for the Mountaineers, over 50 points now. But as I said, that Morrispound, a couple kills going their way. Power, Slanes both take out 1. Here comes Strike, finding
pick
1,
there.
and the timing is not there. Slanes peaks at just the right time, and the Mountaineers are struggling now to really gain a foothold here in this hard point.
Yeah, Peanut's definitely activating himself a little bit more here. Cribb able to get 1. He might get 3 here if he has the timing. No, he doesn't. He's so close. Almost got the 3-piece there. Octane was so low. And the Wolverines are able to try to, lessen this lead little by little. This is a very, very good point for them so far. Slane's last one alive here on this point. Trying to get every single little bit out of it. Table's able to walk up. Should know exactly where he is, and he doesn't for some
wow.
reason. Tables gets taken out. Slane's on a 5-piece now.
It's just a little bit of bait. We talked about that barrel spot, not in the barrel spot, in a different little corner to hide in, and just completely caught him by surprise. And now this lead has shrunk all the way down to 17 points here as this hard point's going to flip back over once more. Strike trying to find something, going to throw out the stun,
Big
and gets
stun.
the stun and gets the kill. Excellent job there from Strike. Is able to play his life for a little bit there before eventually getting taken out. Cribb's able to find 1, but the numbers overwhelming right now for Morrispound. Now the Mountaineers could be in trouble here if they're not able to take back this hard point pretty soon.
Yeah, I mean, the Wolverines are on a bit of a streak right now. Slane's 23 kills by himself there. Ethxn, nice high ground here. The AR is going to have to fry. They're trying to get a little bit of points here. Nice pickup. That's both players down now on the hard point. Only 1 trying to kind of linger back. 2v2 coming through here. Cribb able to pick up 1.
How is he alive?
Insane.
I just do not understand how Cribb is allowed to walk away from that. But the Mountaineers are going to take it now. The lead climbing back over 30, 152 points here on the board. There's going to be a scramble right now towards this next point. It is such a hard one to attack from. It looks like it's going to be contested for the timing. Who's going to find the kill? It will
Big
be
piece.
Strike. The flashback comes out. He does get the stun, but Power still able to find that kill.
Trevor system comes through humongous there. Cribb able to get 1 on the point and 1 off the window. Can he make it 3? Another pre-fire comes in from Peanut. Peanut able to survive, gets another 1. Can't get the 3rd. And the Mountaineers are back here now on this point. This is a absolute bloodbath here.
I mean, it's just been contested almost this entire time. There's probably been like 3 or 4 points gathered by either team right now before Morrispound's able to kind of take a more firm control. Slanes on another multi-killer. We've seen so much from him. He does have 28 kills already, does Slanes. He really has been matching Cribb for Cribb step by step in this game, and that's the main reason why Morrispound's able to kind of keep this so close. But Mountaineers going to try and ride out these last 10 seconds, get as many points as they can. 250 is the score to win, to take home this series 3-1. If you're the Mountaineers, that the lead's going to come back up to 40. We saw it get down to, I think, as low as like around 15. So now Morrispound, the room for error is shrinking right now.
Oh
As
my
Slanes get
God,
taken out, and Cribb gets the better of him that time.
Cribb just winning every single 1v1 he seems to be in. As long as he has a chance, he probably will win it. Mountaineers are able to take the point off of his kills. Table's getting a little bit aggressive here, kind of playing off the point if I like that. Peanut coming from behind. Shots do not land for him, but teammate able to clean it up a little bit there. 11 health. Able to barely get away. Peanut's been having a little bit of a rough game here so far. Started off not too strong. Slanes. 2 players now here on this point. Make it 1. West Virginia putting the pressure on. It's going to surmount into another take. 200-point threshold about to be crossed with the Mountaineers. Only 50 points left for them to take this series and take this first game here in NACE.
mean, Cribb and Slains are just going blow for blow right now. They're both above 30 kills already. We're going to see Power take out Cribb there as this hardpoint's going to open up in just the next few seconds. But the Mountaineers, it's going to be 213 points here, 37 away from ending this series early. Slains takes out Strike. Table's able to find one before also Ethan taking out Slains, but Marsh Brown still holding steady right now on the point. And it's going to be a really big kill there from Power onto Ethan. And they're still able to maintain right now our Morris Brown.
Yeah, this rifle from Strike here is going to have to get at least one if he's going to find any value. Ethan has a really good angle on this left side. One goes down. It's all up to one singular Wolverine on the backside. Mountaineers are within striking distance here.
It is going to have to be at least one more hard point.
Yeah.
I think they're going to be at 249 if they were to ride that out all the way. But Slains with a good flank there to take out his counterpart, and now it's going to be pretty much do or die right now for Morris Brown. They cannot afford to lose. Maybe 2 more gunfights is all it's going to take right now for the Mountaineers to climb back and get these last few points that they need.
Yeah, the Mountaineers looking to just maybe elect to get this rotation off early, but Authian is actually the one who's going to
Back
get
on the
there
barrel
first.
spot.
And Morris Brown
Absolutely.
holds some solid mid control here.
And for how many nades have been thrown, I'm surprised I just now see the first nade kill in the kill feed
Yeah.
there from Cribb. There's had to have been at least 100 already thrown on this map. Ethan takes out one, can't strike on another. No, it's Peanut with a really good kill, but Ethan's able to find the trade, and now the Mountaineers knocking on the door, 15 points away. Tables finds
Oh
one,
my
Tables
goodness.
finds two. That very well might be it. Slains is able to take out Tables, but then Cribb gets the trade. Cribb v Slains. It's all going to be here. 11 points now. The Mountaineers, Ethan, getting one more. This long-time seasoned veteran, can he find these past few kills to give the Mountaineers their first NACE win in over 2 semesters?
He will get taken out, but only 7 points remaining here. Tables, if he can just hold this point for a couple more seconds.
Can they get there in time? Slains tries to, but just it's going to be Cribb once again, and the Mountaineers have won a game in NACE for the first time since spring of 2025.
Here we are. We
It's
are
been a
so
minute.
back.
We
Hashtag
there we
back.
are.
Yeah, insane game there by Slains, almost getting 40. I mean, absolutely just beaming this entire game with the Dravik. Sadly, will not be enough to surmount the victory, but regardless, 3-1 victory there for the Mountaineers. A valiant effort.
36 kills apiece for Cribb and Slains. It is very fitting that they both ended with almost identical stat lines. 27 kills not traded, 26 kills not traded. I mean, a really good showing from both of them, but I mean, I guess it's going to come down to, at that point, the supporting cast for the Mountaineers just was able to pull through a little bit more than those from Morris Brown, and that is going to end up what being the difference here.
Yeah.
I mean, for as well as Cribb played, he kind of got matched step for step, so it really was a complete team effort there for the Mountaineers.
100%. But that is going to do us for Call of Duty. But stick around because we do have Valorant in like 25 minutes.
Yep.
So do not go anywhere. Big Valorant game
NACE
coming
opener
through.
versus
Yeah.
Cumberland.
Big game. Huge game. But we will see you then.
You know that I've been missing, but I'm foolish. I needed you. Know that I've been missing, but I'm foolish. I needed